guys? This is John McNamara, host of Run in Vegas. We're talking local sports, business, real estate with my co-host, Mr.
Rodrigo. Always happy to be here, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for being on. We got a fun show today. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Just a quick announcement. We have relocated closer to the Strip, so give our audience a little bit of experience. So.
Oh, yeah. It's a much better experience, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Testing out the new studio today.
It kind of shake things up for my schedule for the day, driving all the way here. So, man, I can't even imagine getting out. Did you pay for parking?
I Ubered.
Oh, yeah.
My car's in the shop right now.
Carless right now.
So, anyways. So, we actually have a fun show today. We are just talking sports. We're talking UNLV, off-season, what's been going on over the last month. There's been a lot of activity with basketball and football. So, let's break it down.
All UNLV, huh?
All UNLV. You may have gave it away with that hat of yours.
Oh, I'm glad you recognize it, bro. You don't seem to notice a lot of things.
Dang, okay. We're off to a good start.
I'm glad you got a good eye.
One good eye. But yeah, we're excited. So UNLV basketball, there was a couple transfers in the last month.
Yeah.
They added Jalen Bedford from Oral Roberts. Ooh. And Julian Richwine, a guard from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both shooters, right?
Both shooters. So one thing that we've definitely seen from Kruger this offseason, I listened to another podcast he was on about a week ago. I should have sent it to you. But he was talking about that. DJ's obviously, Thomas is going to be running the offense.
Yeah.
And he brought in shooters because we really didn't have that last year.
Right.
So with Bedford and Richwine, Whiting, Hicks, Headley, we got three guys that can shoot the ball at one point in their career, 37% from outside or better, depending on the year. So I think it's great because one thing that because when we went to the Boston College game, is we saw a lot of double teams for DJ, and they said, hey, I'll stop him. We ended up winning the game. We'll stop him, and then we don't care if somebody else shoots. So I really love the dynamic of having some good shooters. So he can do his thing and get his six assists a game.
Yeah, he's Kruger's being smart. I feel like we can expect double teams for Didon now. He's going to be the main priority. For the other team's defense. So I feel like, this is right on the money. Yeah. Having shooters. And, I agree with you, man. We did lack some shooters last season. I feel like that would have made a big difference. I think, the Boone brother that left us, he was great. But
Keelan,
yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
Which one? Are you talking about the post player or are you talking about the wing? There's two bins.
The shooter.
Good segue. So Keelan Boone now has got one more year of eligibility.
Does he?
He does.
No way.
Yes way. So is he staying or is he going?
Whoa. Did you plan this?
I did.
Man.
Yeah.
I hope he stays. I mean, but the program's just looking great.
Yeah.
I think in general, UNLV is just becoming kind of a hot destination. Yeah, so I'm proud of that, man.
It'd be really interesting. So what happened was, just kind of break down the Keelan Boone situation, is the NCAA has opened up so you can actually stay longer. I can't remember exactly the reason why he got an extra year. I think it's because he missed half of last year, and now the NCAA is getting sued left and right. So they basically, if you miss time, you get an extra year or something.
That's fair.
So the problem is, though, for UNLV, is Kruger apparently went to the NCAA. They said he's got no more eligibility. He filled the roster for all 13 spots. Now Keelan, about a week or two ago, is now available. He's in the transfer portal. I think Kruger is trying to get him back. So the timing did not work out. Wow. Technically, we can bring him back, I believe, as a preferred walk. I mean, he would be our starter for sure.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't get a scholarship. It would just be straight NIL. So I think there's an off chance he comes. I heard Memphis is pursuing him.
Wow.
Yeah, but that would be a crazy dynamic if he came back. That would be pretty epic. I think if he came back, actually, they would be favors to win the Mountain West.
That'd be great. But man, imagine if he did go to Memphis though, and now we're starting out with
Yeah.
a season against them.
Yeah, that wouldn't have not be
That'd
good.
be great.
Yeah.
That's an upswing. That'd be great.
Let's dive into
With that-
one thing, though. There's a really interesting stats. I really like the new guard that we just got from Jalen Bedford a couple weeks ago, or Roberts. I love this stat. He played 8 games against Power 4 and tournament teams. He averaged 16.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 48.6% from 3. And he averaged 5.6 attempts for outside. So he was taking shots. It wasn't like he took a couple shots and he made half of them.
Right.
But it's pretty cool because when you think of Oral Roberts, it's like, is that going to, a lot of times when you get like lower guys from different conferences and they come up, it doesn't translate as well. Usually it's the other way. It's a guy who's in a Power 4 conference, doesn't get playing time.
Yeah.
Typically does really well. But if that holds true, he's athletic, he's got good wingspan, and he's a great rebounding guard. And I think one of the 2 things, we didn't have good outside shooters last year. The second thing was our rebounding, and he averaged 6. I think he averaged 6 rebounds a game, which is phenomenal for a guard. So
Yeah.
just that stat alone, I know he's an effort player.
Yeah, so that's going to be important.
Yeah.
No, I like what they're doing there, man. And D-Don will get to showcase his passing, so that would be great too. And just seeing those shots go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be interested on the lineup fills out, the starting lineup. I don't even think Kruger actually really knows. I think he's trying to figure that out too.
Yeah.
Because they were asking about like, hey, do you want to run again? And he's like, yeah, I want to run again. But like, it depends on my lineup. Last year we played bigger because that was our best lineup. So I think the big thing is Jalen Hill, who's come off the ACL tear.
Right.
If he can play or not, he's a great player. I think he averaged like 10 points, 30 minutes, solid, was a good rebounder. He might play more in the 4 spot, and then Whaley maybe gets pushed to the 5, or it could be Cherry that like 6'11" center comes in, and Whaley stays in the 4 spot. So I think that's where we're gonna see it, and then Jalen's got good size 6'4" guard, and then Henley's got 6'7", good wing.
Yeah.
So I think Hill is going to be an interesting piece and how healthy he is or not. So.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be curious to see how he sets up the team. So that'd be great. And one good thing is I see him putting in the work right now, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you follow D-Don online, but it's 10:30 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Checking out of the practice facility. So shout out, man. They are getting ready.
Yeah, it's
I'm
cool
excited.
to see. This is. Yeah, it's D-Don, I think, is going to have a massive year. I hope he can stay healthy. Apparently, there was an article last week, Review Journal 2, of him coming back. He never actually entered the transfer portal, but there's always teams like pursuing, and he wants to like build a legacy at UNLV. He said, take it 1 year at a time. So we'll see. So I'm all in to watch him next year. I thought it was the best freshman. Him and Anthony Bennett were the best freshman years I've ever seen at UNLV.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's coming back, and he said he was injured all last year.
Oh, wow.
So he was battling through injuries. So, and he was playing like 35 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So he's a tough kid, so he's going to mature a little bit. I think, was going to be 18 or 19 now. I think he's going to be Mountain West Player of the Year. So arguably, he was in the running last year, but he was a freshman.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I didn't know he was injured. Wow.
I didn't either.
That's a lot of things. Yeah, into perspective. It'll be great to have him fully healthy and just get things going.
Yeah.
So I do have a question. If you were the Boone brother, and now with all of this, and they gave you some extra time, eligibility, what would you do if you're in his shoes?
Would I stay?
Oh, would you go?
Where would I go?
Oh man, the drama continues.
The drama. I would love for him to come back. I think most likely he's going to leave now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the transfer market, and we filled all the spots, and I'm sure I don't know how much NIL. I think NIL, UNLV does really good for other, like, group of 5 schools. Group of 6 now, because the pack is, like, 2 teams.
Yeah.
But technically, he would be the starter, but UNLV, I don't know. They don't necessarily. There's a lot more people to feed in terms of points. So is that something he wants to do? I don't know. I hope so. I loved watching him. He's a big guard. He's like 6'9".
Yeah.
So he's going to help with rebound. He was a great rebounder last year. Defensively, he's good. I think for sure Kruger is probably not happy that
The way it
Dante, kind of messed that up because I'm pretty sure he would have wanted him in the starting lineup next year.
To be honest, he's what kept us alive last year, really.
He was hitting big shots. That game, BC game.
Yeah.
Me and you were going nuts. That was amazing.
That
I'm
was.
hoping we're going to have that atmosphere. But, yeah, I think we're just looking at the Mountain West as a whole. I think we're a top 3 team right now.
Yeah.
I think we have a really good chance to win the Mountain West. But if Keelan came back, oh my God, I think we'd be the favors. And I think a lot of the Mountain West teams got hit pretty hard through the transfer portal. We're seeing a really big shift in NIL and transfers now. So, but kudos to Kruger because people give him a bad rap, but he kept the majority of that team. I think we lost 2 guys and they were both backups.
Yeah.
And then we had seniors that moved on, obviously. But it's pretty impressive because almost all the other teams in Mountain West, they lost most of their players. For the exception of Boise State, they kept a lot of their players too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, shout out to Kruger, Coach Kruger. I did see a post on Instagram where he was meeting the team as they were, I think, starting their practice for the summertime. And that's meaningful, right?
Yeah.
Hey. The relationship is definitely there. So shout out to him. Shout out to the program.
Yeah, we're excited to watch some games this year. And so the non-con is not fully finished yet, so we'll probably have another episode in about like a month or two. Once a month, we just want to be talking local sports and give you guys that information. So let me know what you think of the schedule so far.
So far?
It's Memphis at home, at Dayton, at Creighton, Turney versus the opener is Mississippi State, and then the second round will be either Butler or Northwestern.
Oh.
And then the other games, small games, Omaha Pacific. But those 6 games, what is that? 5 or 6 games. What are your thoughts on those?
They're tough. They're tough. I'm excited for them. Dayton, we didn't get a chance to play them last year.
Yep. Makeup game.
Yeah, so that would be a makeup game. I follow Dayton a lot, so I love their program. Tough team. I mean, Memphis, Dayton, Creighton. I think Creighton too will be a good matchup since we beat them last season.
Yeah.
Was that a fluke or what do you think?
That's fluke.
Wow, this guy.
Yeah.
He says he loves UNLV. But,
I do love UNLV. I'm a realist.
I like that.
I'm a realist. We'll see on these. We're going to do football projections today, so we'll see who
gets some
who's the realist and who's going to have the team go 12-0 on his schedule. I don't know how this is going to go.
I guess that's I do.
Undefeated national champions, Bama and the national champions.
Hey.
I can't wait for this prediction.
If I'm in fantasy land, let me be there. That's where I live. That's where I grew up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been watching UNLV for too long. And they've been bad for so long, but it's really this. I would say this offseason, this might be the second best UNLV team I can remember in terms of like. It may not be the most talented team, but with being cohesive and bring guys back, it looks like a really good roster. I don't think a lot of UNLV fans feel that, but I will say this: like we've had some insane rosters back in the day with freshmen and top 100 kids.
Yeah. But
the problem is you got a bunch of young guys coming in, and they're trying to go to the NBA in a year or two.
Yeah.
So at this point, I mean that's fun to watch. Like shout out Derek Jones in the finals for the Mavericks.
Ooh.
He was amazing to watch at UNLV. And Patrick McCaw back in the day was fun to watch. Anthony Bennett. They didn't win though. Like they had 1 year. I think they had like 22 wins or 24 wins. I can't remember now. They had some really big wins, and they went to that tournament. They didn't win the first round. After that, I think they averaged 18 wins. So I think this is setting up to be a pretty good team. And I will say on this on the football side, by far the best roster I've ever seen for UNLV football.
Okay.
So overall, it's a really good offseason for UNLV.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So let's switch gears.
Switch gears.
Football.
Number next.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on with football? Tell me a little. What's up with these All-Americans?
Yep. Shout out Ricky White, All-American wide receiver.
Woo.
And then we got DeJesus,
DeJesus.
All-American, punt returner, kick returner.
I do appreciate the way you said DeJesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
I like that
Big
accent.
fan. We got DeJesus.
DeJesus.
Come on the podcast. We're going to at you.
At first, you should have heard him yesterday. He said DeJesus.
Oh, my God. I did not. But
You got to correct him.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's learning Spanish.
dang, man. Anyways, exciting year. So we have 11 national games. So that's never happened before in football history. So yeah, we're excited about it. We also have had some commitments over the last month. The 2025 class is top 70 in the nation. I think number one in the Mountain West right now, and maybe number one in G5. They signed 4 3-star kids. Cameron Williams, he's a running back. I think he's about 180 pounds. He's from Texas. I think he's a top 10 all-time recruit for UNLV in terms of rating.
Yeah.
It's a rating. It doesn't mean it always pans out. Jaden Thomas, all freshmen, had no ratings last year. But Cameron talked in the article, I believe it was in The Sun, saying, hey, I want to play for this guy because he saw what Jaden Thomas can do. There's 2 freshmen coming in this year that are planning to play. And I love Odom's thought process. He doesn't care. He does not attach if you're a freshman or a senior. He plays the best player. So I think Cameron Williams, he's going to be really exciting for the following year because he could come right into the league. And I watched his tape. Fast.
That boy fast.
Really, really fast.
Oh,
and
that
those
boy
Texas
fast.
kids, they're on another level.
Yeah, it's true.
So and then also brought in 3 safeties, Logan Christian, Vanaz Cobb, Antonio Parker, and those are highly rated safeties as well. Got a big-time recruit from like Big 12 schools, SEC schools, a couple of Michigan offers, some of these guys too. Blake Robinson, a defensive lineman who got committed as well. So 2025 is off to a good start. 2024 class and transfer, I think they're bringing in 44 kids. So
Wow.
They are almost like building a new roster. I think you only hold like 85 scholarships on a college football team for FCS. So, excuse me, not FBS. Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch Odom bring in his guys, and he did a great job last year, obviously.
Yeah.
And but he is recruiting on a completely different level than the last coaching staff, and it shows. And it seems like even the guys recruited previously from staff, from most what I read is they're fans of Odom as well. So not a lot of kudos to Barry Odom, because there's too many times, and I've seen it with UNLV a million times, they bring in a new coach. The coach wants nothing to do with the old players. Brings in his guys. Then it's a rebuild for 2-3 years. I think Barry, maybe Tony Sanchez, but I think Barry's the only guy who's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got recruited by or where you're from or what your year is. I want the best players.
Yeah.
And he re-recruited the previous coaching staff's players, and most of them stayed. So very impressive, really excited. I think last year we had a cupcake schedule. It really worked out, and it was fun to watch, and kind of catapulted for this year and having good recruits.
Set us up, exactly.
But this year, I'm pumped because this schedule is so much harder than last year. So we got some legitimate teams on this. And I think we have a chance to win all these games. We don't have like in Michigan where there's like 0 chance of winning.
Right.
But we got some really tough teams, and honestly, I would rather watch like a tough game versus like a cupcake game.
Yeah.
You know, I go for the big win. Same with UNLV basketball. I love that Kruger, he put a bunch of big teams on there, because those are the difference of making for basketball. Those quad 1 wins, they look at that. They don't care if you have a quad 4 or quad 3. It almost does nothing for you.
Right.
You got to win your mountain, then you're just hoping to win the Mountain West Championship. So kudos to Barry and Kruger for lining up a good schedule.
Yeah.
So, and Barry may have, he may have not chose this. It might have been the next, because it takes years. But we're going to give Barry the credit anyways.
Well, we got enough seats, so.
We sure do.
And, these big name schools will also bring a lot of fans. So this in general is healthy.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. So
we're going to do a fun breakdown of UNLV football schedule, and we're going to pick. So what are the casinos saying? What is the win total they're going?
Right now, William Hill Sportsbook is giving under or over 7 wins for the season.
7 wins. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, I might be around there.
Yeah.
So game 1 at Houston. Who you
At
got?
Houston. I don't know. Away game, first round.
Home opener. New QB.
Yeah, new QB. I'm gonna go with Houston. I'm sorry. You know, since we're not in fantasy
Take
land
that
right
hat
now.
off.
We're not in fantasy land right now. You know, turn it over.
All right, my prediction. Game 1 is a win
Oh.
at Houston.
At Houston.
Ooh, who's the real fan now?
Well, no, I think first game of the season.
No takebacks.
No, not taking it back. Just giving my 2 cents. It's gonna be a learning lesson. I feel like we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that little chip for the rest of the season. The coach is gonna use it wisely too.
Yeah.
So I think, just being out of town, kind of first game of the season. That's gonna be one of my losses for
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought that was going to be a loss for me too, and I looked at all the projections. So right now, Houston has a new coaching staff. They're predicted last in the Big 12. It's still Big 12 football. It's better than Mountain West, no question about it. But it seems like they're going to have a new team as well. I think it's just I would be more confident. Like, it's going to be our quarterback's first game. Whoever wins that job, it will be their first game in that system.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see them going in there and losing. But you know what? I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with UNLV because I feel like they've had a year. For them, everything else defensively, everything, the running game, all that's intact. It's just depending on that QB playing well or not.
Yeah.
So I'll check it up to the QBs. I like our 2 QBs that came in with Sluka and Williams. I think one of them's going to step up and play well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right, game number 2.
Game number 2.
Probably the easiest prediction here. Utah Tech.
Blowout.
Utah Tech blows them out.
No, we blow them out, baby. We turn the hat back on.
A fun fact.
Blow them out.
What was Utah Tech's previous name?
Bro, I have. I don't have a lot of.
On the spot. You get it.
What was it?
Dixie State.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, see? Oh, there we go.
Wow. Why
So I love this. I love that UNLV. I mean, you always want like an FCS team, but it never makes sense when you bring like Albany, New York, to Las Vegas. Like the travel is not going to be that well.
Right.
It makes so much more sense. Utah Tech's in St. George. They're developing that program. I believe they're in the WAC. But yeah, let's get those folks from Southern Utah to come down, new stadium, or Northern Arizona. Like, if you're gonna bring up, I think it's always good to have one FCS game a year.
Yeah.
Kind of get your guys confident, and you can kind of work through some of the kinks. It's always better if it's kind of the first game, but it is what it is. But yeah, I could see 5,000-7,000 people from Utah Tech coming down and seeing the stadium, and I think that'll be a fun game. And Utah Tech too. I like their logo. It's kind of cool, actually.
That's what my mindset was. Like, hey, if we take the loss against Houston, come back strong against Utah Tech.
Okay.
Now we got that momentum. We got that.
Okay.
And then leading to next game.
At Kansas. Don't be looking at my. Look, he's cheating.
I'm not looking, bro. Like,
He is cheating.
can my eyes wander?
Don't even.
Dang.
What are you doing?
Like, I'm cross-eyed.
Yeah, you can't cheat. You didn't do your homework. That's your problem. At Kansas. Who you got?
I got all faith, baby. All faith.
Who you got?
At Kansas, man. I'm gonna take that L.
Yeah,
Turn the
that's
hat
an
back
L.
around.
I like that. I think this is by far the hardest game of the schedule. We got smoked last year, and their starting quarterback didn't even play. He was a Heisman candidate. So, and it's at Kansas. Like, maybe we have a chance if we win the turnover battles at home.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be by far the hardest game. I have an L on that one, too. Okay, Fresno State at home. Mountain West opener. Who you got?
That's a win, baby.
That's a
win.
Is it?
We coming off a loss against Kansas. That's a win in my book.
I'm going loss.
Got to turn the hat back around just to let them know
Ooh.
I'm a faithful.
Going loss.
Man.
Jed Tedford. He's got a quarterback that can play. They can put up points.
Yeah.
That game, I was back and forth on that one.
Yeah, no, it'll be an interesting game for sure. It'd be exciting. But I think coming off that loss, like I said, it's going to play well with the little chip in our back.
Yeah.
I can see us upsetting. It'll be fun to upset, right?
Oh.
You said Mountain West opener?
Yeah.
At their foot?
Well, we might be the favorites in that game. It's just in the past have not played well against Fresno State, I think, ever. I don't even think I've ever seen UNLV ever beat Fresno State, and that's part of my thought process with making this pick. Mm-hmm. I think right now, like, the predictions are, it's like Boise, UNLV, and like Fresno for the championship right now. And that will change as the season begins and injuries and all that. But those are the top 3 teams. I just got to see it first to believe it. I think Odom can get the job done, but they have absolutely owned us. 15 years I've been watching UNLV football. Yeah. So
time to make a change.
I would love it. So, all right. Number next. We got Syracuse.
You know, I'm not too really familiar with their program.
Fun fact, where's Syracuse?
Where is there? Upstate New York, I'm assuming.
It was. Mm-hmm. I live 2 hours from there. Whoa. So this is actually the game I'm like most excited about.
Oh, so let's hear it.
And they travel. Cuse travels well. No, you got to go first. You already...
Well, that's a home game for us, so I'm going to go with the W again.
You got W?
W's.
I got Upset City. We're going to win. Friday night, national televised. I can't wait.
Man, 2 hours away, huh?
I used to be a Cuse fan growing up. Not anymore.
I can see that. Orange would look good on you.
Go Orange. Just not that week. All right. Then we're at Utah State. Who you got?
I ain't even questioning it. All W's from to the end of the season. I'm going with the win, man.
You just gave away all your... We got to keep the suspense, Rodrigo. People just logged out of YouTube right now.
Gone. It's okay.
They're gone.
27 minutes in. We're good. We're good. You guys
got to keep them.
Did more than enough.
Got to keep them in this together.
More than enough.
Jeez. All right, I got a win for Utah State too. At Oregon State, who you got?
See that one. I'm gonna go with the L.
I got the L too.
Yeah. At Oregon.
The Pac-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played really good last year, and they just renovated that stadium. So I think there's certain quarterback left, but they have a good program. So
those are the Beavers, right?
The Beavers, yeah.
I'd be intimidated too.
Yeah, those are scary. Those teeth, those monsters. Okay, the rematch. Ooh. We're coming back.
At home, huh?
At home, Boise State.
All W's.
Who do you got?
All W. That's a win.
You got a W on that game? We got smoked last year.
I remember that.
There was men versus boys. That felt like that game. Sorry, it was incredible. It was a different talent level. Yeah. That running back's back, and he's All-American. I can't remember his name, Chanty or something like that.
Yeah.
He's a beast. And I like that guy's attitude, too. He made national news because he was highly, sought after to join big programs. I was like, nope, staying at Boise.
Yeah.
So I love that attitude, and he's going to be playing in the NFL someday. So I have a loss for that game. The game last year wasn't even close.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think we closed the gap, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to see us within 3 to 7 points, but it's
keep it close.
I would love to see a win, but I'm going loss on that one. Then we're at Hawaii. Who you got?
Oh, definitely a win.
Win.
You know that couple hours of time advantage will help us out. You know.
They don't even have a stadium, so I'm going to win for us. Sorry, Hawaii, but get a stadium. And then we got San Diego State at home.
Oh, that's a W.
That's a W. They got a new coaching staff. It's shifted for football in that program. I hope to see them back. They got a new stadium.
Yeah.
But I'm not believing in San Diego State right now. And then we got at San Jose State. Who do you got?
Blowout.
We got to win. They got a new coaching staff. They're redoing that program as well. And then we got Reno at home.
Come on. That, to me, that's best game of the season growing up here.
Yeah.
That rivalry. I'm going to go with W.
W. Okay, I got W too. So how many wins do you got?
I'm not good with math. Let me use my fingers. Let me use my fingers to count.
All right, you count. So the Casinos have 7 wins. I have 8 wins. I could definitely see an upset at some place here, but I'll take the 8 wins. What do you got?
I got 9.
I knew you had 9. Let's see if we make a little bet.
9. Yeah, I'm going with the over. You could I'll give you the money on the 7 flat too. If it hits 7.
I'll just take the 8 wins, but okay.
If it hits 7, I'll give it to you. I'm
8 or
confident.
under, and then you got 9 under?
Yeah, 8 or I'll take the over 8.
All right, gentlemen's bet. All right. I hope you win. So what's the game you're looking forward to the most?
Oh man, I'm going back to that Reno game. It'd be exciting to have him at home. I don't remember if that was around Thanksgiving time. It may not be.
It is around Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah, so those are always the best, right? Like everybody's relaxed, kind of rounding up the year, family in town or whatever going on. So to me, those are the most memorable games.
Absolutely.
So yeah, to me, yeah, Reno. I'll be there. I'll have to be there for sure.
Cool. I'm going to go to the Notre Dame game, but yeah, we're excited for the season. We're going to wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Thanks to the best co-host in the business, Mr. Rodrigo.
Always happy to be here. Great
Yes, sir.
Great new location.
Yeah, I love the new location, new studio on the Strip. This is John McNamara running Vegas. Guys, take care of yourselves today.